Pussy. Squidward.
And now, the six murderesses of the county jail in their rendition of the Smack Tangle.
Squidward. Smack.
6.
Pussy. Squidward. Smack.
6.
Pussy. Squidward. Smack. Pussy. Squidward. Smack. Pussy. Squidward.
He had it coming. He had it coming. He only had himself to smack. If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have come the same.
Smack. Pussy. Squidward. Smack. Pussy. Squidward.
You know how people have these little habits that get you down? Like,
Poppy. Like suck ass.
no, not
Suck. Smack.
So I came home this one day and I'm really horny and I'm looking for a little bit of sympathy. And there's
Poppy.
lying on the couch, drinking a beer and
Suck.
no, not
Suck.
going.
Smack.
So I said to him, I said, you smack that ass one more time. And he did. So I took the shotgun off the wall and I fired 2 shots. Into his
Dig.
He had it coming. He had it coming. He only had himself to smack. If you'd have been there, if you'd have heard it, I bet you would have come the same.
I met Ezekiel from Salt Lake City about 2 years ago, and he told me he was and we hit it off right away. So we started fucking together. He'd go to work, he'd come home, I'd fix him a cough, we'd have dinner, and then I found out. He told me, my ass. Not only was he married, oh no, he had 6 wives. One of those poppies, you know. So that night when he came home from work, I fixed him his cough, as usual. You know, some twats just can't hold their arsenic.
He had it coming. He had it coming.
Pussy.
He took the
Pussy.
in his ass, and then he used it.
Smack.
And he abused it. It was a piece and not a
Pussy. Squidward.
Now I'm standing in the kitchen, carving up the pussy for dinner, minding my own business. In storms my husband, in a jealous rage. You've been screwing the big man, he says. He was what? And he kept on screaming, you've been screwing the big man. And then he ran into my
Bones.
He ran into my 10 times.
If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have come the same.
Мід киришекері, ост маньякою гірешлоком лефактом аферіми, ін меглечіп том афеє, денемегос, ін артотлом войок, не тудом, мердмоня анкл самхок інданцам, проболтом, аренда шенген мег моя разні, ті намір тадек мег.
Yeah, but did you smack it?
Not.
My sister Vagina and I had this double act, and my bitch Charlie traveled around with us. Now, for the last number in our act, we did these 20 acrobatic tricks in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Sucking pig. Vagina. Squirt out CPR.
One right after the other. So there's one night before the show, we're down at the hotel.
Pussy.
The 3 of us boozing, having a few.
Balls.
And we ran out of cough, so I go out to get some. I come back, open the door, and there's
Vagina.
and Charlie doing number 17. The
Vagina.
Well, I was in such a state of shock. I completely blacked out. I can't remember a thing. It wasn't until later When I was washing the blood off my hands, I even knew they were dead. They had it coming. They had it coming. They had it coming. They had it coming all along. I didn't smack it, but if I sucked it, how could you tell me that I was wrong? They had it coming. They had it coming. They had it coming all along. I didn't smack it, but if I sucked it, how could you tell me that I was wrong?
I loved Elvis more than I could possibly say. He was a real artistic guy, sensitive, a painter. But he was always trying to fuck himself. He'd go out every night fucking himself, and on the way, he found
Buzz Bunny, Jerry, and Spider-Man.
I guess you could say we broke up because of artistic differences. He saw himself what? And I saw him dead.
Number 17.
What? Vagina.
Differences.
Smack.
6.
Pussy. Swipe right.